And the Lord spake to Moses and said, Go, and go up from this place, thou and thy people, that thou hast led out of the land of Egypt, into the land which I have sworn to Abraham, and to Isaac, and to Jacob, saying, I shall give it to thy seed, and I shall send thy beforegoer an angel, that I cast out Canaanite, and Amorite, and Hittite, and Perizzite, and Hivite, and Jebusite, and that thou enter into the land flowing with milk and honey. For I will not go up with thee, for thou art a people of hard knoll, lest peradventure I lose thee in the way. The people heard this worst word and mourned, and none was clothed with his adorning, that is, precious clothes, by custom. And the Lord said to Moses, Speak thou to the sons of Israel, thou art a people of hard knoll. At once I shall go up in the midst of thee, and I shall do away thee. Right now put thou away thine adorning, that is, crowns which they made in receiving of the law, that I know what I shall do to thee. Therefore the sons of Israel put it away their adorning from the hill of Horeb onwards. And Moses took the tabernacle and set it far without the tents, and he called the name thereof the tabernacle of bond of peace. And all the people that had any question went out to the tabernacle of the bond of peace without the tents. And when Moses went out to the tabernacle, all the people rose, and each man stood in the door of his tent, and they beheld after Moses till he entered into the tent. Suddenly, when he entered into the tabernacle of the bond of peace, a pillar of cloud came down and stood at the door of the tabernacle. And the Lord spake with Moses, while all men saw that the pillar of cloud stood at the door of the tabernacle, and they stood and worshipped at the doors of their tabernacle, at the doors of their tabernacles. Forsooth, the Lord spake to Moses face to face, that is, openly, as a man is wont to speak with his friend. And when Moses turned again into his tabernacle, Joshua his servant, the son of Nun, a young man, went not out of the tabernacle. Forsooth Moses said to the Lord, Thou commandest that I lead out this people, and thou hast not showed to me whom thou shalt send with me. Namely, since thou saidst, I knew thee by name, and thou hast found grace before me. Therefore, if I have found grace in thy sight, show thy face to me, that I know thee, and find grace before thine eyes. Behold thy people, and this folk. And God said, My face shall go before thee, and I shall give rest to thee. And Moses said, If thou thyself shalt not go before us, lead thou not us out of this place. For in what thing may we know, I and thy people, that we have found grace in thy sight, if thou shalt not go with us, that we be glorified of all peoples that dwell on earth? Forsooth the Lord said to Moses, I shall do also this word that thou hast spoken, for thou hast found grace before me, and I know thyself by name. And Moses said, Lord, show thou thy glory to me. And God answered, I shall show all my goodness to thee, and I shall call on the name of the Lord before thee, and I shall do mercy to whom I will, and I shall be merciful, either goodly, on whom it pleaseth me. And again God said, Thou mayest not see my face, for a man shall not see me and live. And again God said, A place is with me, and thou shalt stand upon a stone. And when my glory shall pass by, I shall set thee in the hole of the stone, and I shall cover thee with my right hand, till that I pass by. And I shall take away mine hand, and thou shalt see mine hinder parts. Forsooth, thou mayest not see my face.